So we're kicking off October. October is almost here, and really focus on these small, sustainable changes.
Yeah.
I think a good thing to focus on at the beginning of October, especially when you're trying to get your life right, maybe get back into the gym, get your fitness started back, or maybe just optimize it. Maybe you've been rolling and you've been in the gym, been working out. I would like to know from you, Coach O, what are 5 healthy habits that you can start or someone can start this week to get their October going well?
5 healthy habits to start.
Start with number 1. Just give me a good one.
I'm gonna say quiet. Okay.
Okay.
So, and I'm saying that to say,
Okay.
I guess it speaks to mindfulness, right? But we are living in a time where it's constant stimulation, right? Because of our phones, and we're used to it. It's anxiety inducing, right? And so quiet, I think, to start your day and end your day. So I'm saying, like, no phone, like leave your phone, don't touch your phone for the first hour of your day. Put your phone down for the last hour of the day.
Yeah.
And I think implementing those quiet times can make a big difference on how your day goes. Because when you think about it, like all the anxiety that you're feeling and you don't know why, you know what I mean? The stress over little things that you don't know why. I mean, I'm convinced it's because we wake up with that phone on, that light, and just start swiping, you know what I mean? Until your brain just gets revved right away.
Absolutely. I've seen that tip. Maybe not as far as to start the week, but I've definitely seen that tip being said a lot by millionaires and billionaires and people that are super successful athletes, like world-class athletes. So I like that first tip is that mindfulness, that quiet to get your day going.
I
So
think
first hour.
When you try it, you notice a difference.
Okay.
That's when you'll start to notice a difference. Because if you keep doing what you've always been doing, then you're just gonna feel the same, which feels normal to you. But once you introduce that contrast and see how different you can feel in a week by just implementing that small habit, it's easy to say, not easy to do, because just at this point, it's habit, man. It's habit.
Absolutely.
Like just kind of, your alarm goes off, you pick up your phone, you got notifications, messages, right away. You know what I mean? And you went to sleep the same way.
You went to sleep. And the thing is, the first part of the day, because we use our phones so much, because the phones has become an accessory almost of your clothes, right? You turn your alarm off, that's on your phone now.
On your phone.
You know, we used to have actual alarm clocks, right? But now the alarm is on your phone, so you touch your phone. So now you have to touch your phone, turn it off, put it back down.
Put it down.
Put it down.
Put it down. Just stop, put it down.
Okay.
Man, go wash your face real fast. Go brush your teeth. You know what I mean? Just go be.
Yeah.
Quietly.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's also, I mean, that's time for, like, if you're a spiritual person, that's time for you to spend time with God, or if you're time for you to meditate, you know what I mean? But really center yourself and calm yourself, because like the day is going to introduce plenty of stress for you. We already know that now. You know what I mean? And so
absolutely,
it's like, man, control what you can. You can control that morning time. When you wake up, you can control that nighttime when you're getting ready to go to bed. Like, be good to yourself. Just quiet it down as much as possible.
Absolutely. So let's roll to the second one. What's another tip that you have for us?
So another easy one I would say is water.
Okay. What about water?
Out of everything that there is, like, to track, I think water is probably the easiest thing, because I mean, it's on our bottle. It'll tell you how many ounces on a bottle, right? And so I think, so if you just focus on increasing your water intake, generally, I would say half your body weight in ounces works for most people, right?
Okay.
So I weigh 200 pounds, I need 100 ounces of water a day. That'll change with some people.
Okay.
Like, I sweat a lot.
Okay.
And so I take
and just to kind of do that little bit of conversion, so that about 8 ounces is about a cup, right?
Right.
So you're 200 and you're doing about 100 ounces a day,
ounces.
You know, and let's just take it for easy numbers. Let's say 10 ounces instead of 8, you know, just to make it easy. So you're around that 10 cup, you know, just maybe 10 to 12, something like that.
Well, I was gonna say, I actually take in more. Because I sweat so much, I drink a gallon of water a day.
Okay.
And I make it very easy. Like, the biggest water bottles that I could find that are not just the gallons that we hold are the 64 ounce. That are, I like the 64 because I just had to fill it up one more time. You know what I mean? And and in one of those, I like to put some kind of either Celtic salt or element or something like that, some electrolytes.
Okay.
To kind of help with that hydration. But start there with half your weight in ounces and test how you feel. And
I like
you
that.
can kind of, like, if you feel like you maybe need a little bit more, but probably I would round up for most people, especially if you're exercising on a regular basis.
Okay. Yeah. And again, this is not health advice or
Right.
medical
Yeah,
advice,
right.
but in general, for most healthy people that don't have a diagnosis that a doctor's following them, it makes a lot of sense, you know, so half the body weight. So we're on tip 2. What about the third tip? What are you thinking?
Third tip, it's going to be food.
Okay.
And just, I guess the easiest way to say, just have more vegetables, fruit, lean meat, less packaged foods, right? Less processed. So more whole foods in general is a good practice to have.
Yeah, I mean, I really like that tip because the plate that we grew up with seeing, you know, from the USDA, which is nothing against, you know, any of the food industries, any of the government agencies, because, you know, they're basically trying to feed and trying to give advice to, you know, hundreds of millions of people, right? But the one that we grew up with, the plate suggests that we would have, you know, one large thing of meat and, you know, of carbs.
Yeah.
You know, you had the bread there, and you had this little bitty thing with like the veggies and the fruits together.
Yeah.
You know, you remember that?
Yeah.
And I think that needs to be completely switched to that
Flip on
half.
his head.
Yeah,
Because,
right.
I mean, because, you know, hindsight is 20/20. So
Right,
I like what you said, because I don't think that it was done on purpose.
Right.
I don't think it's so there's no reason to like demonize those things. But now that we know, like, we're able to see now the results of those eating habits.
Right.
And we know better, so it's time. It's on us to do better, right? For the next generation, to make sure that we create healthier habits for them coming up. But like, just establish those. Like, we know that was not correct for most people, right?
Absolutely, and I said that kind of reminds me of this this quote that one of my clients gave me, and I'm not going to say who it is, but, you know, if he's watching, he knows who he is.
Okay.
He says, you know, I got better after talking to you, Dr. J, because I started eating more life and less death.
Yeah. I remember you told me that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great quote.
More
right. You know, he's eating living plants. You know, things that have life, instead of eating, you know, more animals that are dead. You have to kill them. You know, so it's not to say that meat is bad, because we know that a balanced diet is just fine. It actually is the best. But to be more plant-based.
Pay attention to how much water is in your food. I mean, that's something that you told me. And so, like, when you're having more plant-based, more whole vegetables, whole fruit, you're also getting the nutrients and the fiber that comes with that stuff, and that just like helps you from the gut on up, right? And so your thinking becomes clearer. Like, it affects everything.
I like that.
So you think about feeding your gut. Give it what it desires and needs first. Give it those nutrients, that fiber, that water, and then introduce your protein that way. Like, I approach my meals that way. You know what I mean? I'll eat my vegetables, fruit first, and then protein, and then follow it up with some more vegetables.
Yeah, I like that. So what else? So we have the water. We have the more whole foods like fruit and veggies. We have the waking up and quiet time. What else?
I would say movement is the next thing.
Okay, movement. Describe, you know, define that a little bit more.
Movement. So strength training.
Okay.
And cardio training, mobility training, balance work, right? And I think all of it's necessary. Like, all of it has its place, and how much time is needed for every person. I mean, that can vary a little bit, but for the most part, like we need to pay attention to. Look at your parents, right? Look at your grandparents. If you're blessed to have them, and look at like the habits that they've had and how it's affected them. You know what I mean? What are the problems that we are facing when we get older right now? Falling, right? So it's like balance is a thing, leg strength is a thing, core strength is a thing. So
and that doesn't happen overnight.
It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't. Yeah, and that's because I think that's kind of what we feel like. Oh, they're getting older. Oh, they're gonna fall. Like, no, man, that that fall could have been prevented years in advance.
Right.
Years
Right.
in advance, just
Right.
with the habits of building strength. Because like we don't build much more muscle as we age, but we sure can slow down the loss of it. Right?
Absolutely.
Just by keeping those habits of squatting and lunging, and just putting some strain on those muscles to keep them active, to keep the light switch on. You know?
Yeah, and I like the way you said that. People talk about compounding interest in money, but they don't talk about compounding interest in health and fitness.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and it's almost the same concept. It's like we use this thing because we're so worried about retirement and getting older and not having enough money.
Yeah.
But if you go and you ask some of the richest people in the world, and people have done this, you know, you talk to, I think it was, I think Steve Jobs may have said this before he died. He would trade all his money for health.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about a multi-billionaire that would become poor just to have health.
For better health.
That should sink in and resonate with people right there, you know, besides the money thing. Because the money just buys you stuff, because you don't really want the money, you want stuff.
That's right.
Right? You don't want the money, you want the stuff that it buys.
Right, yeah.
Right? But it doesn't buy.
It doesn't buy, yeah, and that's true. I remember I saw a quote that said, when you're healthy, you have 1,000 problems. When you're sick, you have one problem.
Exactly.
You know what
Exactly.
I mean?
Exactly.
And that's it,
Yeah.
man. Like if your health isn't right, then nothing else really matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't enjoy your family, you can't enjoy all these things
Yep.
that come with life
Yeah.
if we don't have our health.
Which leads to a bonus: sleep.
Yeah.
What about sleep?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, what do you think about sleep?
Man, I preach sleep to my clients all the time, and I say, like, what are you doing up past 9 o'clock? Like, what? Unless you have some work deadlines. I mean, some people or if you work a graveyard shift or something like that. But to the extent that you can control your sleep, and you we get our best sleep between 9 o'clock and 4 a.m. You know what I mean? Let's make sure we're getting to bed. That's when your body fixes itself, to put it simply, right? I mean, it's when your body recovers, rejuvenates, and just from everything that you've exposed, even from your workouts, from your training, everything that you've been exposed to, your body is going to recover, and sleep. Your mind is going to recover, and so consistently getting to sleep at a good time, consistently getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Man, if you're not getting that, you're just wearing yourself. I feel like you're wearing yourself down, especially if you're training hard and things like that. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like, and not getting the sleep that you need, especially if you have kids. Oh my God, how are you gonna keep up with that? You know what I mean? Like this life isn't gonna take it easy on you because you only got 4 hours of sleep.
Right. It's still moving.
It's still moving.
You're
gonna wake
absolutely
up. You're gonna have to deal with the same stuff, and if you're not taking care of yourself, then it's gonna hit you much harder. And if you're not careful, you get used to feeling bad like that. You know how it feels after a day of getting 4 hours of sleep.
Oh.
And having to deal
rough.
with kids and having to deal with the stress of work and things like that. But if you're not careful, you can get used to that feeling and that be your normal.
Yeah.
And that's just how you operate. Like, and then
Absolutely.
somebody asks you how you doing. Oh, I feel fine.
Yeah, because now you're used to it.
Yeah, you're
Now
just wearing down and down and down and down. And so sleep, I think people sleep on sleep. You know what I mean?
No, I like that. People do sleep on sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But